So hi, Will and the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Charlie,
Sam,
Alex,
Harry, and we are Flight Club.
and we're answering some questions today about the upcoming album, Until the Sun Drowns. How do you guys feel about the response to the announcement so far?
solid.
Yeah. Everyone seems stoked. It's great. It's just like, it's so weird after like being such a long process, like we had the record done for about a year and a half now. So being like,
Most of it.
Yeah, most of it. It's been like it's just weird, like the culmination of all that time and effort, all like the videos and everything coming to life, and the art coming to life.
Mm-hmm.
Like putting a song out is really exciting and seeing how people react to it. But it's like such a fast thing. Like we just put out High Roller, and that's been like a long time thing building up for us.
Mm-hmm.
And the album comes out a week later, so it's really strange. Not used to that kind of
Surreal.
Yeah. Why such delay in putting it out?
Oh, there's this thing that happened.
Yeah, okay.
COVID, right?
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, we this was actually slated. I think we wanted to have it out last summer. Was the initial goal, and we had some tours lined up, and we're starting our rollout. And then I think Harry, he was on his way to buy a van for said tours. And we just saw so many tours get canceled. And we kept calling, we're like, hey man, maybe we don't, take out a loan right now. Let's wait and see how this goes. And so we used that time to come up with just more content. We put 2 new songs on the record that weren't supposed to be on it yet. Just use it for the best. I think that we did what we think was probably best for the time being.
Yeah.
For us, our shows, I feel, sell it a little better, the whole brand. So we just wanted to really come out swinging with our new stuff with shows instead of hoping people would like it without shows and bank on them coming out a year later. So it just feels right. The waiting game was the right move for us.
Fair enough.
Definitely. All right. So is there any meaning behind the album name or cover art?
So the lyrics come straight from one of the songs on the record, Visitors. And I think that it just kind of encapsulates a lot of the different moods on the album. There's some up, there's some down. I think we hit some depths that we hadn't really hit together as a band, especially like the 4 of us in the band together. I don't know. Yeah, it like kind of encapsulates the mood, and you can look at it in 2 lights. You can kind of be like, all right, like this is the beginning, we're in it until the sun drowns, or you can look at it from that kind of like dusk perspective. The sun is setting, you're like, all right, until it's gone,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like I thought it was very kind of painted the picture for us, at least with the moods of the record.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Oh man.
No, it was a long time ago.
When we started writing for the album, it was like a combination of like coming up with new ideas and like revisiting old ideas we had, like 1 to 2 or all of us were stoked on that we just never found the right ingredient for. So like coming into the studio, we came in with a ton of ideas, like more than we could actually use.
It's like 30, maybe?
Yeah, something like
Oh,
that.
30
wow.
songs, yeah.
30 to 40 out of the tracks in the demo folder.
So we had like these like basically a Google Drive folder of just every idea we had that we thought was worth showing the producer, and a bunch of them he was into. Some of them didn't end up working out, but also some like he just made exactly what they needed to be.
We took parts from other songs that like didn't quite like. We have an entire song based off an idea, and then we would take like the best components of it and then put them with the best components of another song, and come up with these beautiful Frankensteins of music.
And then even in the studio, like we would come up with new ideas there too, like the High Roller, the roller skate video we just put out as an idea that pretty much like we had come with something, but it is entirely, the result it is now is entirely what we did in the studio with Will. And that's like props to him for just his work. So
shout out Will Beasley. He's the man.
Shout out Will. So how did the track list for the record come about? Did you guys write the opener to be an opener, closer to be closer? Did you just kind of shuffle it around and say, all right, that looks good?
That's a great one.
Funny story.
So the opener on the record, Another Great Unknown is, believe it or not, the last song we wrote for the record.
Oh.
And not only that, but we wrote it and recorded it almost a year after we thought we finished the record.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all pretty much thanks to Harry. For Christmas, he pretty much gifted us some more studio time. We banded together. Will came here. We're in our practice space right now. And we just sat down and we were just like kind of hanging. It was supposed to be like a really low key kind of thing, and just started jamming and like freestyling. And Sam had a couple ideas, and we all had a couple ideas that we were just kind of touching on and demoing out real time, just kind of freestyle.
Mhm.
And that's the one that kind of stuck. And we wrote and recorded it with like, how long was it? Like 3 days?
2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty quick. And we just showed up and made it happen. And when we wrote it, we were all kind of looking at each other and we're like, well, where do we put it? And we were just like, track 1.
Mhm.
So
That
that
was
was
a good opening energy to it.
Definitely.
Sets the mood off right and leads in everything well.
But besides that, we've probably come up with like 5 or 6 different variations of the same track listing. And I think it's one of those like diamond in the rough things. Like we had a bunch of ideas and we've pushed and pushed and pushed until we came up with what we have now. And I think that we came up with probably the most concrete listing that we could have. It really, I think there's a good progression throughout the album.
Mhm.
For sure.
Definitely.
So what song on the album took longest to write, and which one is your personal favorites?
Ooh,
The longest, right?
that's a good question, because I think there was a few that we kept coming back to.
I'd say the easiest to write was Comeback, but longest is hard to say.
Longest, I would almost say Dust Bunny, because like Charlie had that was one of the songs that Charlie like had written as like a really good idea that we felt good about. And like working with the producer, like there were just so many things that changed, and like we would backpedal and be like, I don't know, man, we're getting farther away from what inspired us about this idea originally.
Mhm.
But eventually like where it ended up being like we were super stoked on. But I would say like the process of that one, like some of the, like when we said we came in with a bunch of ideas, some of them were like 1-part ideas and some of them were like, I have a great song, let's do this song. And Dust Bunny, when Charlie brought us that idea, he had a full-fledged idea. And so we were all like, great, cool, we'll do that. And so like, working with the producer and like, what you kind of just expected to be like, the song's already written, you don't have to do that much. And then when he's like, no, you have to do a couple things better, like then that results in a lot. But we already did that.
Yeah.
So I think that one took a long time in terms of just like we had worked on it for a long time before the album process, and then being in the studio with Will, it got a lot of transformations and became what it is today.
Okay.
That one was also I think the first one we started working on in the studio. So I guess that kind of makes sense that,
Two Tongues kind of took a while too.
Yeah, that one had a couple variations. What was the one that we went in and when we were recording Another Great Unknown, we retracked the vocals like kind of like a third higher?
High Roller.
Was that High Roller?
Yeah. Took it out.
Yeah, we went back in with High Roller and we were like, okay, well the which is a cool thing I think for me, because a lot of our previous stuff, my vocals were kind of like peaking out of my range, and were very pushed. And so High Roller kind of set it back. Like I got to play with some falsettos, I got to play in my lower register. And we had this moment of like, I guess, self-doubt where we retracked the chorus with like some slightly higher vocals. And we were like, that's what it was missing. That's what it was missing. And then we went back and listened to it again. And we were like, now we're messing it up. Like we had it right. Like we had it right. Okay, but personal favorites. I don't want to go first, but
I'd probably say Good Company. It's just a fun riff song. It's not a song that we're really pushing as like a single or anything. It's just a fun one for me. It's fun playing guitar, and I think it covers the high energy part and the chill part for me. So that's my pick.
Good pick.
I think Visitors is probably my favorite to listen to.
nice.
I think that one's been kind of the one that's been up and down as far as inner focus on the back burner. So maybe I just didn't burn myself out on that one yet. But I like that one a
It's a
lot.
pretty one.
All right.
I say the opener and the closer. So Another Great Unknown and Patterns are my favorite.
Okay.
Just fun, good energy, different energies, fun on the drums.
I was going to pick one of those too, so I'll let Harry pick two because I was going to pick the same. Now, I have a question for y'all then. Have you guys heard it? Did Becky send it to you?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, your favorite so far. I know it's early.
Give me a second. Let me
I
look.
don't have one. I'm gonna
That's
say
fair,
that
that's
right
fair.
now. Glory will pull it up and she'll list you like 4 or 5.
Give me 2
Yeah.
seconds. Give me
On
2
first
seconds.
listen, I can't give you a favorite.
No, that's
Yeah.
totally fair. I know it's hard.
That's also kind of the point. Like we're trying to make it so it wasn't just
All right, hold on.
one sound or one.
Shane, least favorite. Do you have a least favorite then?
Ooh. Be careful.
No judgment. Like no
I
holds
mean,
barred.
the problem is I didn't listen to it with the track list next to me. I was doing other things, so I don't even
Valid.
know what song is which.
No worries.
Yeah.
My favorite is I've been kicked out of better homes than this. It's
Nice.
really good. Yeah.
Nice.
That's it.
There we go.
That was entirely just supposed to be like fun, riffy. Like it's gonna be a live. But we were at that with like the live show, like being like, this will be fun to play on the stage.
Definitely. All right. I can't wait to see it live on stage.
On the 14th, it's gonna be so sick.
Woo! I'm so excited. So can you guys tell me where your headspace was at while you were creating this record?
Yeah. You wanna go first? You've been quiet.
Headspace, just super excited. All of February 2020, and all the potential shows lined up. And then obviously COVID happened, so it's a bummer. But I think we handled the times well. And the only thing to do was make better content behind the scenes. So I was in a good headspace because our visual aspect of the band really stepped up and just brought a whole new energy to what this project is. And it's really fun to make just mini movies and hopefully make ourselves laugh or think or others as well. And it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in a good spot overall during COVID.
That's good.
Anyone
Anybody
else?
else?
Yeah, anybody else?
I just remember being in shock a lot because like the concept of like having a label invest in us to write a whole album, and like the idea that we had a whole month to just go to the studio every day, and that was like, because like every time we've done it before, it's been like a personal investment. Like we spend our money or we take time off, and like it gets really stressful in some way or another. And it was just so cool. It was such a real recording experience, you know. And that took an extended period of time. We didn't have to rush anything. We didn't have to adhere to the outside world. You know, we had to just get together, hang out, and try to make the best songs we could. So it was shocking and exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. Overall good. Yeah. I think Sam touched on something that is really cool is that we did get to take the entire month to just say, hey, we're writing a record and we're doing it together. And that was pretty much it. Like we really didn't work much that month. And we just got to wake up every day, go to the studio, which was not far from where we live. It was really only like 2 or 3 blocks from where I live.
Wow.
And like similar to Alex and Sam and Harry were just a few blocks further. And so we just got up every day and got to do that. And so it was a lot of fun, you know, and I think as some of the songs will suggest, we got to dive, you know, like I said, deeper into some more serious topics and into ourselves. So there was a lot of like reflection on that too. It all at the end of the day came out with like a very positive mindset, you know?
Mm-hmm. Anything to add, Alex?
I mean, mostly like piggyback off like what Sam said. It was like it just baffling to me that we got to have this opportunity to like do something that not stress free, because obviously you're still trying to create something that's important to you and you're still like heavily focused and involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
And with that comes like presenting ideas and having to kind of try and push those ideas while like respecting everyone else's. And so it does get stressful, but at the same time, every time you kind of take that step back and look at what you're doing and look at where you are, it's just like nothing but like gratitude and like just pure joy to just like sit there and have nothing to do but write music with like the closest people to you. So it was just a month that is probably going to be one of my favorites forever.
I love these
So
answers.
wholesome. Oh my god.
So how do you guys recommend that your fans listen to this record for the first time? In the car, in the dark with friends, not in the dark with friends, in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on, or in the dark with friends, if that's what they would like to do?
Honestly, yeah.
Loudly and all the way through
Yeah.
would be my recommendation.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely recommend. I would prefer, I think, because we pushed so hard for the track listing and it went through so many variations, I listen to it front to back at least the first time. Get the full storyline, kind of, the underlying emotions that you go through, because I think it resolves really nicely, but in a way that is going to satisfy you. If that's like alone with headphones on, if that's like blasting in your car, like hitting a highway, whatever is going to make you feel it, whatever makes you connect with music. That's fun. Or live. Hell, yeah, come to a show,
There you go. In the dark with friends at a show.
There you go. Did it. So this one should be super, super quick. Off the top of your heads, I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. Each of you have to do it.
Oh God. Happy, loud, sad.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Good.
That's the progression. That's the plot line. Right?
Cohesive, wholesome, and fun.
Ooh. Okay, that's good.
Big fat rock.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I like that. Can we put that as our bio just now? Like a big fat rock.
I would say watch, listen.
Dance.
Paprika.
Oh. Okay.
Spicy.
I always thought we were more of a cumin band, but
Big
Yeah, exactly. I
fat
was thinking
spicy
Yeah,
riffs.
Justin unlocking the power of cumin. Unreal.
It's the only word I can think of. I don't know.
So what is your favorite memory from creating this record?
Oh, I have one for this. I actually was thinking about this a second ago. So we worked on the record for a long time. We spent essentially the first 2 weeks just writing. We didn't track a thing. Maybe some like scratch, like demo kind of ideas, but we weren't really recording until about 2 weeks in. Just getting up every day, writing the melodies, writing the guitar parts, the drums, the vocals, the lyrics, whatever. But there came this day, and it was For Better Homes, and we had been pushing, and we just kind of didn't figure out the lyrics and the vocals quite yet. Sam came up with the melody and the chorus, and that was kind of the focal point of the whole thing. And so we were like, well, we have to come up with something because we need to track the vocals like really soon. The rest of the song was tracked. And so Will, our producer, he was like, look, man, I'm going to go home. You guys can stay here and figure it out if you want, though. And we're like, all right. So we got like a case of beer, and we stayed up all night just like drinking and dancing and just like turning the volume all the way up on his nice studio speakers and just like singing the song together and then tracking it. We just like took this like one like small mic he had on his console and hit record, and we were just like tracking demo vocals and like dancing.
Yeah.
And there's this whole thing that didn't make it to the song, but in the part in the pre-chorus where it's like, and I believe that I am on the way, it was just all of us just like laughing like maniacally and just like shouting and like whatever, and then drop into the pre-chorus. And in hindsight, definitely wasn't the best idea. I'm glad we didn't finish. In our like, we've been up, it's 3 a.m. We've been at the studio since like 10 a.m. This is the best thing we got.
Mhm.
That was one of my favorite memories.
I love that.
It's amazing.
No.
Is that everybody else's favorite memory?
Anybody else got one?
it's hard to nail down what. I remember I like. You have one, go ahead, Lord.
It was the very last one that we did. Like Charlie said, we recorded the last song that we recorded is actually the first song on the record.
Mm-hmm.
And we did it here in our practice space. And I just remember we were like kind of messing with stuff all day. And we had like gone through a couple of different like iterations of like demos and just different like ideas, and had gone all the way through some of them and had gone through like 2 or 3 at this point, and just like didn't really feel super certain on one. So we just figured we would keep going. And we took a break for a little while, came back, and like to come back in, like to kind of get back into it, we decided to play something that Charlie had kind of come up with a little bit before as an intro. We were like, yeah, let's just play that, like just to get us all on the same page and like get back into it before we start like practicing more. Mm-hmm. And Will was literally just laying on the ground, like just on his back, just like laying flat. And then as soon as we like kicked into like the full part of the intro, he just like shot up. I was like, that, what Like, why are we not doing that?
Yeah.
Like, that became like the first song on the album.
God. Wow. Woke up. It's amazing.
Yeah, we brought him, we rejuvenated him with that song.
Exactly.
Just like freaking out. He's like, that's been here all day. What have we been doing?
Exactly.
I guess mine real quick would be My Dog is on the album.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
twice.
yeah.
So you have to find it. So she's hidden in there a few times.
Oh,
Lucy.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Lucy, the band mascot.
You can hear her chiming in on some gang vocals here and there.
Okay.
Love to see that. Love to hear
Yeah.
that.
She's credited too.
Yeah, she's credited in the album.
I mean, you
Additional
have
vocals
to.
by Lucy.
Yeah.
You have to for legal reasons. What if she
Exactly.
doesn't sue you?
Yeah, what if she sues you?
She's got also sue us.
So we wouldn't be the first people sued by a dog.
Is that it? Favorite memories done?
think so.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
All right.
There
a
was
lot.
goats next door. That was cool. You could go pet goats, like when we took breaks between stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the neighbors just had 2 goats living in their backyard, so like
It's a good way to
you'd park and they
decompress.
just come stare at you at the fence. So we go feed them leaves.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
that's not much
They were
about-
all named after spices.
Cinnamon,
That's where paprika.
right?
Peppercorn.
Cinnamon, peppercorn, and
That's what
Caper.
Peppercorn.
caper.
that's what it
Yeah,
is.
caper is
Yeah,
Oh
R.I.P.
my god.
yeah.
Yeah.
Caper,
Caper.
Caper had butt cancer, so R.I.P.
Oh.
But the other 2 are still chilling.
Yeah.
We gotta say hey
Just
sometimes.
We dedicate another great unknown to Caper. Maybe the music video should be a goat, not a dog. Could
Yeah.
be. All right.
Ooh.
Everything.
God. All right. So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour. You're stopping at a gas station for a rest stop. You're going in. What is your snack of choice?
Anything flaming hot Cheetos or Funyuns or Fritos or Doritos, flaming hot. If they had flaming hot water, I'd go for that too.
Oh God. How do you feel about Takis?
Yeah, Takis are sick. I had the blue ones the other day, and that was weird.
Yeah.
That was really weird. The
Yeah.
post was worse than the pre. Takis.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Good, but not flaming hot.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Reese's. Any type of Reese's product.
So true.
So I can't stop eating those little like shark gummies now.
Really?
Yeah, I just bought them again out of nowhere because I saw them and I was like, yeah, it's been a while. And now I just can't stop getting them at like 7-Elevens.
Nice.
Like I don't know, like a naked juice.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the healthy one out
Healthy
of the group.
route. Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
So, what are your top 3 songs that you're looking forward to playing live off this album?
Ooh. Ooh.
Better homes.
Dude, I don't. So, man, this is hard for me because if you haven't seen us live, that's kind of where I think that's our environment, and we do a lot for our live show, and we try to recreate a lot of the songs.
Yeah.
So for me, I think Patterns, the closing track on the record, is definitely. I'm so excited to play that one live.
Yeah, that one. Another Grand Known.
Yeah.
I think Better Homes, just because like the energy is made for like that kind of environment. It touches on some of the stuff we used to do. So people that are hoping to mosh and shit, that kind of gives them a chance to do that.
Yeah.
I hope people. I will say, I really hope people dance for High Roller. That was kind of like the vibe. It's like we want to see some energy, but in a different way. You know, I think on our EP we had we had yours and then what was this? I want to call it Fill Your Hands, but I know it's not called. I only remember our songs by our demo names.
Oh God.
Yeah, Strangers After was one that like we were super proud of and really liked, and that was kind of like we wanted to bring a vibe in and let people kind of like just soak it in. They don't need to be rowdy or anything, but when you're on stage giving it your all, you do want to see the people in the crowd giving it back to you, and that's a song that like they, no matter how hard they like sing it back at you, it's still very chill.
Yeah.
High Roller, I think we hit a note where it's a vibe, you know, it's fun and people can, if they want, get down, dance, have a good time, but not like, you know, push each other, which I know some people are super for, some people are not for. So maybe happy middle.
Right.
Okay.
Bring your roller skates. For the show.
That'd be
Will the
interesting to
venue let
see.
you?
Skate pit.
Yeah.
Skate
Roller
pit.
derby.
Skate pit. Oh my God.
You got to make sure the venue allows everyone to bring their roller skates in.
Mm-hmm.
it's easier to ask forgiveness than permission. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the Bible.
It didn't say-
Rolling and skating.
Out in the parking lot, it said no skateboarding. It said nothing about skating inside.
Exactly. You got a point.
That's true.
You got a point.
Loopholes.
Sorry, Kathy.
So for the last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music, if that's okay with you guys.
Let's do it.
Sick.
Hate
So,
music.
oh, me too. So if you could become one animal for the rest of your life, which animal would you be and why?
Good question. Good question.
I'm so.
Why is the
All right.
most important part?
Yeah.
I got it.
have to give
I
us
want to be
an
a red
essay.
panda.
Oh, okay.
Red pandas are cool. They're like half weasel, half fox, and they're
Mhm.
tiny, cute, and they just have fun. You
Yeah.
know, I can't see a red panda ever waking up and being sad. So I'm gonna go red panda.
I don't know.
Good choice.
Go with like a peregrine falcon, because I'm pretty sure it's like the fastest animal. Like when it dives, it goes like some ridiculous speed. I want to say like over 200 miles an hour, but
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure.
Wait,
but,
it
like,
just does that to die?
no,
Just-
no, to dive.
Oh,
Dive. No.
Die. I thought they were like, I'm out.
Not like it's like flapping its wings. It's not. I mean, it's fast. It's not like that. But like apparently, when it dives, it's like the fastest animal because of the speed it reaches when it's going down to wreck a mouse or something. But
Wow.
Same
I
as
thought that would
Speedo.
be cool to like fly, but also fly really fast. So
I like that.
I'll do the opposite. I'll be a sloth.
All right.
Ooh, yeah.
Just hang out in a tree all day.
Hmm.
You look at them, look in their eyes. They know something that we don't.
Exactly.
do.
Yeah.
I feel like you're already.
Don't they get like stoned off the eucalyptus?
Oh, that's all.
how would you tell?
I thought that was koalas.
Yeah, that's koalas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would be a koala.
So if you guys could listen to one song for the rest of your life, what song would that be?
Oh no.
That's torture.
Hey, by Outcast.
I mean, it's a banger.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Good choice.
What would you want to put?
Damn, this answer always changes for me. I get asked the same thing, like if you're on a deserted island with one song.
Was that children's songs? Like I know a song that gets on everybody's nerves.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm only gonna listen to one song, I might as well lose sanity as fast as possible. So like,
Yeah.
just commit to the
Just
bit.
straight-
Just
straight
gonna be
to
like, just sing nothing but I know a song that gets on everybody's nerves. Everybody's nerves. Everybody's nerves.
Yeah, I think the insanity would help you in that case.
Yeah,
honestly. No?
This is great. They're playing it again. All the hits today.
I'm gonna say off the top of my head, My Blue Heaven, Taking Back Sunday. I feel like it's got a little bit of everything. It's got some soft vibes, and then it gets real big and loud, and you know, I'll just turn it off and on as I see fit.
Hmm.
Free bird.
It's a long one.
Yeah.
It's good way to not get bored of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many different parts.
Get ready.
Yeah, you can never get bored of it.
It's coming back. We're having it again.
Wonderful. All right. So for this last question, boom, you're on a desert island. You called it. You can only bring one person, one album, and one movie. Who and what are you bringing?
God. Okay, one person, one album, one movie.
Hmm.
I'm bringing that dude from who's the guy who does all like the wildlife survival videos?
Bear Grylls.
Nigel Thornberry's good too, but I'm gonna go.
Oh,
Bear Grylls.
Bear
I'd
Grylls.
say Bear Grylls would be my person.
Mhm.
Damn, that's a good one. I didn't think constructively on this. I was like,
This guy from Bar Rescue.
he's
See
like,
that show?
the trees are too far apart. Yeah, you gotta pull them in. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. That guy.
I say Bear Grylls, The Black Parade,
Yep.
Interstellar.
Ooh, good
The
movie.
three.
Mhm.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Oh, nice.
You know what? Actually, I
Tim
wasn't gonna say it. I'm gonna go Tim Robinson from I Think You Should Leave, because then if nothing else, everything will be a cringy laugh, and I'll laugh myself to death.
Mhm.
One movie, that's where it gets tricky. I can't believe you guys are gonna give me one. I'll go unironically because of the name Fight Club. If anything else, I'll get real edgy and think that I'm starting like a cult or something with like a bunch of seagulls. You know, we'll be the Mayhem Committee,
Of course.
and then one album. Man, I'm gonna have to give it back. I mean, I said My Blue Heaven earlier. I'm gonna go louder now. Taking Back Sunday. It was like one of the first CDs I went out and bought, and I still listen to it on repeat to this day. So, louder now. Taking Back Sunday.
All right.
Solid.
Gonna bring Gordon Ramsay.
Oh yeah.
To the cook in there,
Yeah, and he's just fun.
and he has that show now where he's going wild and catching his own things. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's brilliant. Great show.
Ooh. I should watch that.
And probably The Balcony by Catfish and the Bottlemen.
Okay.
I listen to that song as if it's the only album that I can ever listen to, so might as well keep it going.
Yeah. Zac Efron.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
It rocked.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Album. What's your movie?
Beverly Hills Ninja. I love Chris Farley.
I have no idea. All right. Anything with Rob Schneider, because he's obviously the best.
Clearly.
Yeah. Music wise, maybe chocolate starfish and a hot dog flavor.
I fucking
my
Limp
God.
Bizkit. I've had that album on loop for the past month.
Yeah.
Fred Durst has consumed my entire life.
Dude,
And Gloria
Fred
knows
Durst is,
that.
oh my god, dude.
Imagine being on an island and just listen to Roland and
I would fucking. That's the dream, man.
You'd
That
be
is-
pumped, right? You'd be jacked, honestly.
That's
You'd
the
big
dream.
coconuts, like just fucking
Yeah.
break something tonight. Dude, we play the same day as them.
yeah.
Yeah, we're playing with them at
Same
Blue
day.
Ridge. I'm pretty sure it's
And
same
they're
day.
headlining the same our day. No,
Yeah.
I
no,
don't think so.
Are you sure?
no, Papa Roaches.
Yeah, but I thought they were on the same.
It's like
Whatever.
We're playing the same festival. Though.
Okay,
yeah.
alright.
You should
Yeah.
have brought
Open
Fred
up.
Durst with you on the deserted island.
Yeah.
Fred Durst.
Yeah,
That would be sick.
that'd be good.
I
It'd be
saw
really
him
awkward if he
Make him
brought
listen
Fred
to his own album.
It'd be really awkward. if he
That would be
bring
bad.
Fred Durst,
That'd be bad.
Also bring a Limp Bizkit record. Oh,
William.
saw
William
him-
Frederick.
have you heard this?
Is he still doing TikTok?
You got it.
He was
He
on
has
TikTok? Oh
Yeah,
my god,
he
you
is.
just opened up a whole new door for Gloria and I.
Wait
Yeah.
a second.
Before they announced that they were playing shows again,
Mhm.
saw him on TikTok, and it was just him with like a camo bucket hat and his like white beard, and people.
Oh
just-
yeah.
Pretty sure the only TikToks he had were people walking up to him like, "Hey, are you Fred Durst?" And him just being like, and that was it. That was the whole thing. And I was like, "What is Fred Durst doing on TikTok?" But
What is Fred?
what is?
He's right there. Look at
Oh
him.
my god.
Yeah, there's the bucket hat. There's the beard.
Oh my god. This is crazy. I can't.
Dude, he evolved. man.
He
He's
did.
evolved. He's now
It's
Santa
been 20
Claus.
years.
Can't
Yeah.
wait to see him.
I see him live in less than 2 weeks. I cannot wait.
Mhm.
Let's go.
Rolling,
I'm
rolling.
excited.
All right.
Good luck, man. I hope you get to experience them in the fullest extent.
I hope so too. So as Gloria said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
I mean, I guess.
Buy our record, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just listen to it.
yeah. Listen to the record. If we
Send
we
it
have
to
some,
Fred Durst.
send it to Fred.
Send it to Fred Durst.
I'll throw a copy up on stage.
Yeah, I was gonna say throw like a copy on stage. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's the move.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. I thanks for everyone who's listened to us before. Listen to the record. Let us know what you think, and we're trying to get to a city near you. So if we're around, come hang out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for having us. It's a pleasure as always.
Of course. Thank you for listening out. This guy's been Flight Club, and we've been the Good Noise Podcast.